The name scrub is given to ecosystems to describe the scrubby plants that characterize it. Despite this humble name and their often unassuming appearance, scrubs are rare and special ecosystems. Their remarkable plants and animals and webs of relationships are only now becoming known, even as the land is overtaken by pine plantations, citrus groves, and development.
Hi, I'm Curtis Whitwam. I'm here at the Crookshank Sanctuary in Brevard County, and today we're going to take a little hike around and look at some of our wild native palms. So the first species that we're going to look at is the saw palmetto, and behind me here I have a stand of, there's a stand of saw palmettos, and what we have here as an identifying factor is the fact that when you look at the leaf on this, you can see this is the petiole, this part right here, and all of the leaves come down into a central point here, and this petiole is relatively flat. It just has a slight curve to it, but they all come down to a single point right there. That's one. The second thing you can look at is you can look at the edge of the stem of the saw palmetto, and if you run your hand up and down the edge of it, there'll be some little teeth there that can actually cut you if you're not careful. Here's another great example of a saw palmetto, and this one has a couple of other identifying characteristics that you can look for. One is that the trunk of the saw palmetto grows along the ground like this, and you'll see this commonly in the scrub areas. You'll see these horizontally growing trunks of the saw palmetto. This actually protects the saw palmetto from fire. You can actually see where the fire has come through, and that this saw palmetto has regrown or branched out from the trunk and created new stalks of leaves. And on this particular specimen, you can also very clearly see the teeth on the edge of the stem, which are very sharp and can give you a nice nasty cut. Also, you can see the flowering stage of this plant. You can see where it's putting out these buds and creating these tiny little flowers, which of course are important for local pollinators. And after these flowers fall off, then you get the saw palmetto berries, which are an important food source for local wildlife, such as raccoons, bears, and other mammals. And it's also utilized by humans in the medicinal herb trade. Alright, so here's another type of palm that grows commonly here in Florida, and this one is commonly mistaken for the saw palmetto. This is actually our state tree, even though it's not really a tree. It's more in the grass family. But this is a sable palm, or also known as a cabbage palm. And the way that you can tell the difference is by looking also at the petiole here at the base of the leaf. You can see that there's a point that points up, and it comes all the way up like this. And the leaves come in and they join all the way up through that petiole that's pointing upward, just like that. So this is a sable palm. During the first 10 years of its life, approximately, the sable palm actually is growing underground and creating a deep taproot. And so it isn't until the tree is almost 10 years old before it actually starts to grow out of the ground and into what you commonly think of as a palm tree. So that's the sable palm, and also the center of the palm is where hearts of palm come from. And since this tree is a monocot, not a dicot, it only has one place where the growth comes from, which is right in the top center of the tree, and that's where the hearts of palm come from. And those are obviously edible, but because it is a monocot, when you take that heart out, it actually kills the tree. So, yeah, sable palm. Alright, so here's the third commonly found native palm to Florida. There are more than 3, but these are the ones you commonly find. This one is called a scrub palm, or a scrub palmetto, and this one is commonly found in the scrub, which is where we are. Sandy soil, low nutrient content, and that's one way that you know what you're looking for, because that's the only place that this will grow. This one has a pointed petiole, somewhat similar to the sable palm. However, this never grows out into a tree. And it also has these tendrils that you'll find on the edges of the leaves, like this. And this is a very important part of the scrub jays, the Florida scrub jays nesting material. And then the third thing to look for with these scrub palmettos, is this knife-like protrusion in the center of the plant, and that's actually where the next group of leaves are coming out of. So that is called the scrub palmetto.
The plants in Florida's scrub ecosystems are well adapted, not only to periodic hot fires, but to the challenge of their extremely dry environment. The many ways in which they cope with these conditions are lessons in evolutionary adaptation. I hope that this visit to the scrub has helped you to gain a better appreciation for a little understood ecosystem and has inspired you to go outside, experience the real Florida, and do your part to protect our precious natural world.